Time to take a look at our talented 10. No denying this. Here's a guy who's heading to big-time D1 football to play quarterback, and he's been showing off that arm of his and that leadership skills of his in the state for at least the last close to 2 years.
Well, 2 years in for one school, and before that,
another school.
David Summers was a big-time recruit at Fairfield Ward. So now David Summers, of course, after his sophomore year, transferred to St. Joseph in Trumbull, led the cadets to the state title a year ago, trying to get back there and do it again back-to-back. So he's a college commit, a talented kid, and part of our talented 10. It's year 2 for David Summers to be in charge of the St. Joe's offense, and the expectations of this 6'5" senior are quite high, and why wouldn't they be? I mean, he's already reached the mountaintop, guiding the cadets to last year's Class S state title.
They gave me a lot of responsibility last year. I was able to have a lot of freedom, like changing plays and stuff like that, so I feel like that's only going to grow to a greater extent. I mean, but no, I don't think a lot will change.
He understands the field, understands the game. He knows every one of our concepts, what we're trying to do. He's a true student of the game, so that's his #1 strength.
And if you think about it, it might be a little hard to believe. A boy spending his first 2 years at one high school and then deciding to take all of that angst and awkwardness that every teenager has to deal with and voluntarily go to a new school. You got to be special to do that.
I loved Ward. I made some of my best friends there. I mean, I'm not going to say anything bad about the program, liked all the coaches, but I think ultimately it was the best move for me to come here, and I mean, I think this is the best move I possibly could have made.
David's physical skills continue to grow. He worked hard all summer to get quicker and stronger, and being the veteran leader now, he's acutely aware of what a bunch of his young teammates are going through.
Yeah, well, we have a lot of new kids coming in. I mean, we had a couple kids graduate that were key players for us, so we got right to it again, got the new kids in, learning routes, we're putting in a bunch of new stuff this year.
I think he just remained the kid that he is and the person that he is, and he knew what he was getting into, something bigger than he's ever been part of, and he embraced it and took off with it.
In addition to improving his skills over the summer, David made a verbal commitment to play football at the University of Maryland next season, and the early commitment allows him to concentrate completely now on St. Joe's.
Everything that we asked him to do, he stepped up and exceeded our expectations and went above and beyond. And just he developed a fast trust with all his entire team. The entire student body actually seems to gravitate towards him, and he's just done a tremendous job since he's been here.
And in order to make it back-to-back state championships, David and the cadets must move up a class to do it. They'll have to try and win it all in Class M. Now, they've got 2 losses. They'll be at Bridgeport Central on Friday night. Really not a lot of room for error for this squad either.